Here in this lonely rill-engirdled spot, the world forgetting, by the world forgot, with one vowed to me with beloved lips how sweet to draw, as hiddenly from time, as from its rocks yon shaded fountain slips, my yet remaining prime here early rising from a sinless bed how sweet it were to view her or shed her first white glances o'er the dusky wood, when powdered as with pearls the sprays all gleam through the grey dawn, like prophecies of good or like some fairy dream and while the clouds imbibed a golden hue, and purple streaks grained yon ethereal blue, by the glad voice of every early bird as some full lake by breezes in their glee is rippled into smiles, how sweetly stirred my spirit then should be. And as like burning bullion brightened still the cloud-hung east, over yon misty hilly dee watch the sun's ethereal chariot come, filling the glades with flakes of crystal fire and the green spaces round my rural home, where slept mine heart's desire when, if sweet memories of her sleeping smile should my devotion thitherward beguile, cheating the morn of its observance due, my happy voice should not be wanting long to wile her forth with loving transport true or wake her with a song. Awake, my fair one, for the glowing skies desire thee, and 1,000 flowery eyes look for thy coming from each pathway side, with all things fresh and beautiful and bright the earth's adorned like an eastern bride. Arise, my best delight, what can be deeper than the heavens o'erbending, or what be richer than the colors blending amid the green cones of the misty hill, what gladder than the runnel's silvery fall, and yet my spirit asketh something still, 'tis thee, the crown of all. Joined by the angel of my life, behold the day's unfolded gates of heavenly gold, how lovelier now for her dear loveliness the birds, the stream, the forest's leafy stir catch from her voice a double power to bless, and the flowers breathe of her, the dews are brighter for her love bright eyes, and the air sweeter for the soul that lies in every gesture of her gentle face, so widely love's invisible spirit flings the visible enrichment of its grace o'er all regarded things. Filled with the fresh keen life that so sublimes both mind and body, we should then betimes repair us to our cheerful morning meal, not more attuned by thankfulness of heart well to enjoy, than willing in our weal to spare a stranger part sufficed and grateful, to her household care should she betake her then, I fieldward fare to till the thriving maize or guide the plough through the rich loam, or while the slant sunshine caressed them, to remark the melons, how they lumped from out their vine. Thence to the well-kept orchard to behold the orange trees o'erhung with globes of gold, or thin the peachy tribes all ruddy-cheeked and clumping from the branches, and with these the nectarine's fragrant swarms so lushly streaked, that flavor even the breeze to pluck the fig, that in its broad-leafed shade secretes its ripeness even like a maid mature for love, who yet through bashfulness doth shun or seem to shun each wooer's sight, or stay the drooping vine whose every tress is bunched with clusters bright. So should the noon draw on, when in yon shade beside the rill, on the green herbage laid in careless luxury my faint limbs should be, and hearing but the splash of feathered things then fluttering downward from some neighboring tree to dip their shining wings, or the slow rising and most summery hum of gorgeous insects that at times might come over the runnel and so voyage by, or the light footfall on the farther brink of some wild creature, from its covert nigh just venturing forth to drink, I'd calmly think of all my wandering youth had suffered, with a heart so dear to truth that she at length had portioned it with love, and then of her who to my very soul was what the vitalizing sun above is to the natural whole. Thus rested, when the fiery winged hours were quenching in the west, with freshened powers the field again in honorable toil should hear me ending what the morn begun, till I might say, scanning the well-dressed soil, a good day's work is done. Then whilst I woodward drove the unharnessed steer, or for the kine was searching somewhere near grouping full-fed in ruminating mood, the sun should light upon yon western hill slanting his last beams through the shadowing wood and up the gleaming rill, to sink at length and make the clouds above the golden idealisms of the love my heart poured out on nature, and on her now waiting me at our peace-hallowed board thus placed, who care amongst the great to stir or with the rich to hoard. The pens secured, the final meal in haste dispatched, though savory, both should forth to taste Eve's odorous breath, and with renewed surprise to find Elysiums painted in the west, and looking then into each other's eyes, should feel that we were blessed. And when the gloaming followed evening's flight, whilst yet o'er yonder hills a ski light keeps mellowing upward, near to where, first seen, the glowing leader of the starry choir comes wingedly from out the blue serene, even like a bird of fire, the hushing bounties of those twilight hours falling into our souls, as in the flowers' balm-breathing bosoms melt the silent dews, should freshen every feeling mild and wise, and thence o'er all our charities diffuse the quiet of the skies. Thus should the night come on, in solemn guise, to look with all her far ethereal eyes upon my happy life, and draw my soul to wander like a star the stars among, and homeward point from the resplendent pole Uranian beams of song, or whilst the moon, the world's apparent queen, came whitening up in majesty serene, reminding us of some dear long past night, I dechronicle in rhyme the many things of lovely thought that from her mystic light had woven them their wings.